hold his hand through this journey if we just ask. And I think that what we have to remember, if he is willing to come to us with that humility, that we need to be willing to have that humility to hold everyone's hand on this earth. And understand, I really do believe I can't hold hatred for these people doing these evil acts, because it's a program and a belief system, it's a brainwashing, it's based on the conditions of their life, etc., etc. As a simple statement said years ago, those who know better do better. And I don't think a lot of people just know better. It's a program. So have compassion for the program that people have been beat up with their entire life. When you look upon a friend and the mind moves from neutrality, which is where you begin every experience, into the thought, that is my friend Mary. That is my friend Saint Germain. That is my friend Peter. That's my friend John. That's my friend Nathaniel. Whatever the name may be, when you hold that thought, already you've begun to change the experience. Because once, we've met them in neutrality, we have no history at that moment, and then all of a sudden, all of the thoughts of the past come in. And it's like, oh yeah, well there's Joe, and oh, Joe's handsome, and oh yeah, Joe's a dentist, and Joe cut me off in traffic, and Joe was mean to me last week. Oh, but Joe was really sweet to me. And so all of this story we make up has really taken us out of that space of neutrality. And it goes moment by moment, it's taken us deeper into the separation, even if we're looking at Joe as being a good guy. Oh, that Joe, he's a great guy. But if we really need to see each other as our equal, as Jesus shared with us. So it's, what do we choose to communicate to the world with every gesture, every breath, every word spoken, and with every decision made? So we just have to start within ourselves. If you feel inspired to go out and do great things, or a big project, I should say, the little things are really very much more powerful than we give them credit for. But if you feel inspired to take on a big project, awesome, go for it. But in the meantime, heal your own stuff. That's what this year is bringing up. Like I said, I was up half the night, and I wasn't suffering from it. I was just recognizing, I really could have been kinder there. I really reacted in a way that I'm not so proud of, or really wish I could have responded to this differently. And so it's not to reinforce the guilt in ourselves, but it's just to recognize that, okay, I can do better. And in this moment on, one of my favorite words, I recommit. And if I screw up now and think an ugly thought, I recommit again. Because every moment we can begin anew. We can be reborn. So we're here to get back to neutrality, back to that field beyond right and wrong to whom he spoke of. Now Jesus says, this is why I once taught it is very wise to forgive 70 times 7 times. It was for a very selfish reason. If one wrongs you and you spend your energy convincing them that they have wronged you, that you have a right to be angry and to be attacking in any way you call to yourself, even to the cells of the body, the energy, conflict, judgment, war, death, disease, unhappiness, and separation instantly. But if you forgive 70 times 7, then in each of these moments of forgiveness, you'll call into your field of energy that which reminds you of unconditional love, perfect peace, a power that transcends anything that arises in the world. You call to yourself the reality of Christ, and all of it hinges on nothing more than the pebbles we drop into our mind. So forgive 70 times 7. It's that powerful. It's that meaningful. It's really, as A Course in Miracles, and I got this a long time ago. I got it here. I'm working on dropping it down. I'm better now than I was. But it's all about forgiveness. That's our only function here. So really, the most difficult thing is what? It's all forgiveness is self-forgiveness. We talk about this a lot. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands. If I was truly walking this earth awake, I would have my heart open and loving to everybody. Everybody. The totality of unconditional love, I would see them in the present moment. I would not see them by anything in the past. I would just walk this earth seeing everyone awake. But that's impossible. If you're projecting and there's someone that is irritating you, you better look at yourself, because it ain't out there. If it's out here, guess where it starts? With our own little projector. We have to take responsibility if we want to heal. That's what all the masters have demonstrated to us, that to be self-realized, to be awake, is we have to lift that veil of judgment and unforgiveness. And so loving ourselves is really the key to loving others. We can't love another if we don't love ourselves. So I can only love someone as much as I love myself. It's because it's just the way it works. So if you're having a hard time in relationship, take that look at the man or the woman in the mirror. That's where it all begins. And so forgiveness is really about absolution, to set free. But if you look carefully at the dynamic, the one you're setting free is yourself, bottom line. Because there's only one of us here, truly. And if we saw ourselves as equal, if we relinquished the judgment, laid down our swords, and just said, I'm here to walk this earth in total love, what a difference this world would be. What a different place this world would be. We would be bringing heaven into this experience. No one can forgive you. No one carries around your guilt but you. Forgiving yourself allows you to move from the past to the present. It empowers you to make new decisions, better decisions, and have a positive impact. Accept that you are human. Everyone makes mistakes, and it doesn't matter how hard you try, how disciplined you are, how responsible you are, and how good your intentions are. None of this will make you immune to making mistakes. Things will not always turn out the way you hoped or the way you planned. Realizing that this reality of life can help you move into acceptance. All you can ever do is give your best effort in the moment. No one can rewrite the past. I think we can. That's another story. Live in the present. The only thing that matters is what you do next. Just do the best you can. Don't taint or diminish your future potential by whatever happened in the past. Love yourself enough to forgive yourself. You are the one living your life. You deserve to live it in the best way you can. And at the very least, don't continue to torture yourselves over things you can't change. Instead of tormenting yourself, forgive yourself. So again, recommit. Don't be a hostage to your past. We've all screwed up. I'm just seeing if there's anyone who hadn't. No, I'm just seeing. But I think we've all got baggage we're carrying. We don't have to. It's like Lyndon used the example of dropping 20 pounds a few years ago, okay? And how good that felt to be free of that excess weight. Same thing with the emotional baggage. How good it feels when we release the past. Oh, it feels awesome. And of course, one of my favorite spiritual teachers who walks the earth today is Ram Dass. And he says, I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself. He is very simple, poignant, and powerful right there in that statement. All we can do is work on each and every one of ourselves. And I'll close with this comment. Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. All things break and all things can be mended. Not with time, as they say, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, unconditionally. The broken world awaits in darkness for the light. And we are the light the world is waiting for. And so it is. Namaste.
Namaste.